This is not just a temple, remember, and it's not about Lord Ram only. This is, as Prime Minister Modi also said, a civilizational moment. And at a time when Prime Minister Modi also elaborated, there are nations that he said have got themselves tied in knots. They're confused about their identity, about their civilization, and nations that have understood it, remember it, are the nations that thrive. And perhaps that is one moment that today is reflected in Ayodhya of north, south, east, west, across the world. Ram Bhakts have gathered to realize this is, in many ways, reclaiming and revival of the identity. Gaurav, isn't it? This is as much about the Ram temple as much it is about the civilizational movement. Let's go on the ground with our colleagues as well. Aishwarya Paliwal, Poulomi Saha. Poulomi, while the rituals may have been over, but the festivities have started only now.
Oh, absolutely. There is celebration in the air. There's jubilation in the air here in Ayodhya Puja. As you see around me, of course, those performers continue to perform. They had, of course, stopped for the time when the Pran Pratishtha rituals were on, but they've broken out in song and dance again. And so has the city of Ayodhya. The people here extremely jubilant at the moment they've been waiting for several years, and to be, right here in Ayodhya, when it actually happened. This is a moment that they are going to cherish for a very, very long time. The Prime Minister, of course, described it as a moment, a civilizational turn for Bharat, and that is what many of them describe it as well. That this is a landmark moment, a moment, of course, where the Prime Minister said that Ram, of course, stands for Samvad. He doesn't stand for Vivad. He stands for dialogue. He stands for compassion. And that is what this moment should be seen as. That there was, of course, a long, arduous battle that was fought for this. He, of course, thanked the judiciary and the courts for, of course, paving the way for the construction of the Ram temple and eventually this day here in Ayodhya. And he, of course, said that this is what it actually stands for. Many would have thought that anything like this would in fact spread wildfire through the country. But Ram doesn't stand for fire, he stands for spiritual energy, and that is what this moment in history should be recognized as. Pooja.
Ram aag nahi, Ram urja hai. That was the point that Prime Minister Narendra Modi was making. And as you look at this absolutely divine Vigraha of Lord Ram, which has been described as Divya, Bhavya, Balatva and Devatva. It reflects it all in this Vigraha. And as some of our guests were telling us, this is such a beautiful combination of north, south, east and west coming together. Aishwarya, on ground, the festivities are just beginning. The Deepotsav in a couple of hours from now. Diwali comes early, not just to Ayodhya, but for Sanatan Dharma followers across the world.
Well, Gaurav, let me tell you, close to 60 countries. That's the place where this all will be celebrated. And we did see how on the huge screen in the United States of America, in New York, was where the Pran Pratishtha ceremony was being played out. We've also seen how from various parts of the United States, people could be seen chanting Lord Ram's name. And what will happen in Ayodhya today? It will be a Deepotsav. Almost every house in the city already has a Dhwaj on top of it, the saffron-colored flag. All the temples are decorated, and on the other side, you'll be able to see the dance performance that is taking place. The dance performance there, obviously speaking about Ram aayenge, Ram aaye hain. This is what is reverberating across the streets of Ayodhya. Gaurav, in Ayodhya, har kan mein Ram hai, and that can be seen through all the flags that are now being raised by the people. So many people there, Gaurav, walking with these flags, the flag of Lord Ram. All these things pretty much visible on the streets. And people really, really are happy. They're out on the streets, all of them now just waiting for evening to hit. Once it's evening time, that's when the Deepotsav will actually begin. Gaurav.
Har Kard mein Ram hai, Aishwarya is saying, and that's so true. This sentiment cannot be forced, it cannot be imposed. And on social media, it's flooded. People are sharing what the celebrations in their localities are, or if they were watching the live telecast when they saw the deity, the living deity now after the Pran Pratishtha, the emotions that they felt, the elderly, the young. It has been in many ways the revival of that consciousness, and our reporters on the ground are telling us what this moment means for Ayodhya. Remember, Ayodhya, the birthplace of Ram, did not have a cover on the head of their prince, their king, their Lord, and Lord for everyone. Today that day has happened, which has come after 500 years of fight, wait, and a struggle. And to not discount that, to remember it, will also be very crucial. But Prime Minister Modi's speech, and we'll be playing out excerpts of that concluding speech as well, to which he added, and the choice of words so significant, that this does not end here. This is about the future of India, of Bharat's vision for the next 1,000 years. That's what Prime Minister Modi has spoken about today. It's important to understand that the youth of this country will have to take it upon their shoulders now to ensure that this new Bharat leads into not only a momentous occasion for today and here on, but also script history in different ways. And that perhaps is important when it comes from a leader. That this is not victory only, this is about humility, and this is about understanding how Ram is not fire and energy. He also sent out a message. He also sent out a message saying that at this point, detractors will not matter, change your outlook.